They say an egg a day keeps the doctor away. But what if the way you cook that egg is quietly hurting your health instead? We often think of eggs as the perfect food, rich in protein, full of nutrients, and simple to prepare. But even the healthiest food can turn harmful if handled the wrong way. From how you store them to how you fry or boil them, every small step matters. A single mistake can turn this breakfast favorite into a silent threat to your heart and digestion. I've met many seniors who tell me, I've eaten eggs all my life, and I'm fine. And yes, maybe that was true years ago. But as we age, our metabolism slows and our body's defenses weaken. What once worked may not be safe anymore. Knowing how to handle and cook eggs properly isn't just about food. It's about caring for the body that's carried you this far. So in this video, we'll uncover 7 common mistakes people make when cooking eggs. Habits that slowly rob them of nutrients or even make them harmful. Maybe you overcook them until the yolk turns green, or you use the wrong oil, or maybe you've been storing them all wrong. Each tiny detail can quietly impact your health. By the end of this video, you'll know how to avoid these mistakes and how to make eggs truly good for you again. Let's begin, because you might be surprised which of these mistakes you're still making today. Now let's move on to the first mistake in today's video: overcooking your eggs. It sounds harmless, right? Many of us grew up believing that the longer you cook something, the safer it becomes. But when it comes to eggs, that extra safety can actually work against your health. Here's the science in simple terms. When eggs are cooked at very high temperatures, the cholesterol in the yolk gets oxidized. That means it reacts with oxygen, forming compounds that can trigger inflammation and increase the risk of heart disease. You've probably noticed that strong sulfur smell or that greenish-gray ring around the yolk. That's your egg telling you it's been cooked too long. Let me tell you a real story. Mr. Anderson, a 74-year-old retired carpenter, used to fry his eggs until they were crisp and brown every single morning. He loved that smoky taste. It reminded him of his younger days working outdoors. But over time, he started feeling bloated after breakfast, and sometimes had heartburn that lingered all day. When his doctor suggested lowering the cooking temperature, he switched to soft-boiled and lightly fried eggs. Just a few weeks later, he noticed something simple but profound. His stomach felt calmer, and his energy stayed steady through the day. Cooking eggs too hard doesn't just affect cholesterol, it also destroys delicate nutrients that your body truly needs as it ages, like vitamin B12, folate, lutein, and zeaxanthin. These are powerful protectors for your brain, your memory, and your eyes. Think about it. As we get older, our vision becomes more precious, and our memory even more so. Why throw away the nutrients that help preserve them just by using too much heat? So what can we do instead? Cook with gentleness. Lower the heat, take your time, and let the egg cook slowly. Soft-boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled eggs not only taste better, they keep more nutrients intact and reduce the oxidation that harms your heart. And when you fry them, try using a little olive oil instead of butter or vegetable shortening, and stop before the edges turn brown. The key is not perfection, it's mindfulness. Every small change in how we cook can bring a big change in how we feel. Our body, especially as we age, deserves care, not punishment from rushed or harsh cooking. So next time you stand by the stove, remember this simple truth. Cooking eggs slowly isn't just about taste. It's about choosing health, patience, and respect for your body. Because sometimes the gentlest heat brings the strongest health. After learning how too much heat can harm your eggs, let's talk about the opposite mistake, one that might seem healthy but can actually be dangerous. Now we move to the next part of today's video, the hidden danger of eating raw or undercooked eggs. Some people believe that eating raw eggs gives them pure protein and natural energy. You've probably seen it in old fitness shows or even movies. A strong man cracking raw eggs into a glass before a workout. But what's often left out is the real risk behind that habit, especially for older adults. Raw eggs can carry a harmful bacteria called salmonella. This bacteria can cause serious food poisoning, and for seniors, it can be life-threatening. The immune system weakens with age, and what might cause mild stomach pain in a young person can lead to dehydration or hospitalization for someone in their 60s or 70s. Here's a true story. Margaret, a 68-year-old grandmother from Florida, used to drink raw egg smoothies every morning because she believed it would make her stronger. One day, she woke up with a fever, stomach cramps, and severe diarrhea. The diagnosis? Salmonella infection. It took her weeks to recover. Since then, she switched to eating soft-boiled and fully cooked eggs and never faced that problem again. And salmonella isn't the only issue. Raw egg whites contain a protein called avidin, which binds to biotin, a type of vitamin B essential for skin, hair, and metabolism. When you eat raw eggs often, avidin prevents your body from absorbing biotin properly, leading to potential deficiency over time. It's subtle. You won't notice it right away. But after months or years, it can quietly affect your energy levels, your skin, and even your nervous system. So what's the solution? It's simple. Cook your eggs thoroughly. Make sure both the yolk and white are firm. If you love soft eggs, that creamy texture that melts in your mouth, choose pasteurized eggs instead. These are specially treated to kill harmful bacteria while keeping that soft texture safe to eat. Think about it like this. Your health is built not just on what you eat, but on how you prepare it. A raw egg may look natural, but your body doesn't need raw. It needs safe, clean nutrition. Every meal is an act of care. When we take a few extra minutes to cook eggs properly, we're not just protecting our body, we're showing respect for it. So next time you crack an egg into a pan, remember, gentle heat brings out life. Raw shortcuts may steal it away. Cooking your eggs right isn't losing their power. It's unlocking their true potential to nourish you safely. After learning why eating raw or undercooked eggs can harm our health, it's time to move a little deeper into our daily habits, something many of us overlook. Because sometimes it's not what we eat that causes trouble, but how we keep it afterward. And that brings us to the next part of today's video. Mistake 3, storing cooked eggs the wrong way. Many people think that once the egg is cooked, it's completely safe. But the truth is, even cooked eggs can become a hidden danger if we store them improperly. Bacteria like Salmonella and Listeria don't just disappear when food cools down. They can come back if eggs are left too long at room temperature. The danger zone for bacterial growth is between 40 degree and 140 degree, and that's exactly where most kitchen counters stay for hours after cooking. Take Mr. George, a 72-year-old retiree who loved preparing breakfast early in the morning. He often fried extra eggs, covered them lightly with a napkin, and left them on the counter for later. One afternoon, he began to feel stomach cramps and nausea. After visiting his doctor, he discovered that bacteria had multiplied in those eggs left out for hours. Once he switched to storing them properly, in airtight containers, in the coldest section of his fridge, his symptoms disappeared and his energy returned. That small change made a big difference. And for older adults, it's especially crucial. As we age, our immune systems naturally weaken, making it harder to fight off infections that a younger body might handle easily. What might seem like mild food poisoning can turn into a serious illness for seniors, leading to dehydration or hospitalization. So how long can cooked eggs actually stay safe to eat? Here are a few clear guidelines from nutrition experts. Boiled eggs in shell, up to 7 days in the refrigerator. Scrambled, fried, or mixed dishes, like omelets or egg salad, best used within 3 to 4 days. Always store them in sealed containers to prevent contamination. Leaving eggs exposed allows moisture and odors from other foods, like raw meat or unwashed vegetables, to spread bacteria. Temperature and moisture matter too. A cold, steady environment in the back of your fridge, not the door, keeps eggs safe longer. When reheating, avoid blasting them in the microwave. It can dry them out and destroy nutrients. Instead, warm them slowly on low heat or add a spoonful of broth or water to restore texture and taste. Here's another simple but powerful tip. Only cook the amount you plan to eat. It not only keeps your food fresher, but also saves time and energy. For seniors living alone, portioning meals helps maintain both safety and simplicity. 2 essential keys to a healthy kitchen routine. Think of eggs as living food. They continue to react to temperature, air, and bacteria even after cooking. When treated with care, they give us vital nutrients. protein, lutein, B vitamins, and minerals that support brain and eye health. But when neglected, they can silently turn against us. So next time you make your morning omelet or a batch of boiled eggs for the week, remember, health isn't just about the meal itself, but what happens after the meal. A few mindful habits, sealing containers, storing properly, reheating gently, can make all the difference between nourishment and risk. Because in the journey toward healthy aging, wisdom often hides in the smallest daily actions. And speaking of wisdom in the kitchen, in the next part of our video, we'll uncover another common mistake that many people don't even realize they're making every day with eggs. Stay tuned. This next insight might surprise you and change the way you handle breakfast forever. We've just learned how improper storage can silently turn healthy eggs into a hidden threat. But even if you store them perfectly, there's another mistake that can undo it all before you even start cooking. Because sometimes the danger begins long before the pan hits the stove. And that's what we'll explore in the next part of today's video. Mistake 4. Using cracked, spoiled, or expired eggs. This might sound like common sense, but you'd be surprised how often people overlook it. Many of us, as especially those who grew up during times when food wasn't wasted easily, tend to think, it's just a small crack, it'll be fine. But with eggs, that tiny crack can be an open invitation for bacteria, especially salmonella, to slip inside. Once that happens, no amount of cooking can make it completely safe. For seniors whose immune systems are less resilient, this is not a risk worth taking. A simple omelet made from a cracked egg can lead to serious foodborne illness, with symptoms like stomach pain, vomiting, or fever. And because older adults often have underlying health conditions, recovery can take longer and hit harder. Take Mrs. Evelyn, a 74-year-old grandmother who loved baking for her grandchildren. One day she noticed a faint smell coming from the eggs she'd kept for weeks. Thinking it was just a little off, she used them anyway. The next morning she woke up with nausea and cramps, classic signs of food poisoning. Her doctor later confirmed it was caused by spoiled eggs. Since then, Evelyn made one small change that protected her health. She began testing every egg in cold water before cooking. If it lay flat at the bottom, it was fresh. If it stood upright, she used it soon. But if it floated, she threw it away immediately. From that day forward, she never got sick again. That simple water test is one of the most reliable ways to check egg freshness at home. Here's how it works. Sink to the bottom. The egg is fresh and safe to eat. Stand upright. It's still usable, but eat it soon. Float to the top. The egg has gone bad. Discard it immediately. Why does this happen? As eggs age, air gradually seeps through the shell, forming a pocket inside. The more air inside, the lighter the egg becomes, causing it to float. It's nature's built-in warning system, one we should always listen to. Another key point is where you store your eggs. Many people keep them in the refrigerator door for convenience, but that's actually the worst place. The temperature fluctuates every time you open the fridge, which can speed up spoilage. Instead, place eggs in the coldest part of your fridge, near the back, where the temperature stays stable. Keep them in their original carton to protect them from light and odor absorption. And whatever you do, never use eggs that have visible cracks, strange smells, or discoloration. It might seem wasteful to throw them away, but the real waste would be risking your health for the sake of one egg. A quick routine check can save you from a week of discomfort. Think of it as a small ritual of mindfulness, a moment of care before nourishment, because every meal you prepare is an act of love, whether for yourself or your family. So next time you crack an egg into the pan, pause for a second. Ask yourself, is this egg truly fresh? A simple question, but one that can protect your well-being in a powerful way. As we move forward, we'll continue uncovering the small but important habits that make a big difference in how eggs support your health, not harm it. Because in the next part of this video, we'll explore another mistake that's surprisingly common, even among those who think they're eating the healthy way. Stay with me. The next insight might change the way you see your daily breakfast forever. In the previous part, we talked about how even a small crack in an egg can invite bacteria and endanger your health. But sometimes the problem doesn't lie in the egg at all. It's in what we cook it with. Because no matter how fresh your egg is, The oil you choose can quietly determine whether your meal heals your body or harms it. And that's what we'll explore next in today's video. Mistake 5. Using unhealthy cooking oils. Most people think any vegetable oil must be healthy. After all, it sounds natural and light. But the truth is, not all oils are created equal. Many refined vegetable oils like soybean, corn, or canola oil are highly processed and unstable under heat. When exposed to high cooking temperatures, they produce oxidized compounds and trans fats, both of which trigger inflammation, damage your arteries, and accelerate aging. And for older adults, this matters even more. The body's ability to neutralize harmful free radicals decreases with age. That means the toxic byproducts from overheated oils stay longer in your system, silently stressing your heart, brain, and liver. You might not feel it after one meal, but over months and years it adds up. I once met Mr. Frank, a 78-year-old retired teacher who loved his morning fried eggs. For years, he proudly used heart-healthy vegetable oil, believing he was doing the right thing. But he started noticing something odd. After breakfast, he often felt sluggish, bloated, and tired. His doctor found mild inflammation markers in his blood. On advice, he switched from refined oils to butter and extra virgin olive oil. Within weeks, he noticed a change: lighter digestion, steadier energy, and even clearer skin. What Mr. Frank experienced isn't rare. Studies show that when oils like soybean or corn are heated past their smoke point, they break down and release compounds linked to inflammation and oxidative stress, the same processes that contribute to heart disease, memory decline, and faster aging. So what should you use instead? Choose heat-stable oils with high smoke points, such as butter, ghee, coconut oil, avocado oil, or olive oil, especially for medium heat. These fats remain stable under heat and contain beneficial compounds that support brain and heart function. Butter or ghee, rich in fat-soluble vitamins A, D, and K2, ideal for gentle frying or scrambled eggs. Avocado oil, one of the highest smoke points, neutral flavor, and heart-friendly fats. Coconut oil, antimicrobial properties, excellent for those with sensitive digestion. Olive oil, perfect for low to medium heat and for drizzling over cooked dishes. If you enjoy crispy fried eggs, remember, it's not about giving up frying, it's about doing it smarter. Avoid overheating the pan until smoke appears. That's when oil starts breaking down. Cook at moderate heat and use enough oil to coat the pan evenly. Also, avoid reusing old oil. Every time you reheat oil, it loses its integrity and produces more harmful compounds. It may seem economical, but your body ends up paying the real cost. Choosing your cooking oil is not just a culinary preference. It's an act of self-care. The oil you use daily shapes your body's inflammation levels, hormone balance, and even mental clarity. So next time you reach for that bottle on your kitchen shelf, pause for a second and ask, is this oil truly nourishing me or silently harming me? Mr. Frank's small switch made a big difference in how he felt every day. And for you, it can too, because sometimes better health doesn't come from doing more. It comes from choosing better. As we move forward, we'll continue uncovering more of these subtle but powerful shifts, the kind that transform ordinary meals into medicine for the body and peace for the mind. Stay with me, because the next insight might surprise you. Just when you think you've mastered safe egg cooking and storage, there's one hidden mistake that silently undoes all your efforts. It doesn't happen in the fridge or on the stove. It happens in your hands. And now we move to the next mistake that many people overlook. One that's small, but surprisingly dangerous. Mistake number 6, ignoring hand and utensil hygiene. When handling eggs, even the cleanest kitchen can become a breeding ground for bacteria if we skip one simple step: washing our hands and utensils properly. This mistake often hides in plain sight, invisible but powerful enough to cause serious illness, especially for seniors whose immune systems are weaker. 1. The hidden source of cross-contamination. Raw eggs can carry salmonella bacteria on their shells. When you crack an egg, that bacteria can spread instantly to your fingers, cutting boards, countertops, or even other foods nearby. The danger lies in the fact that salmonella doesn't change the look, smell, or taste of the food, meaning you won't notice it until it's too late. Imagine Mrs. Helen, age 76, who used the same cutting board for cracking eggs and chopping vegetables. A few hours later, she suffered severe stomach cramps and dehydration, all because of cross-contamination that could have been avoided with a simple rinse. 2. The common but dangerous habit. Many home cooks, even experienced ones, crack eggs, then continue cooking without washing their hands or wiping down the surfaces. Sometimes it's just one small shortcut, but that's enough to spread bacteria to the frying pan handle, spice bottles, or even a serving plate. For elderly people, a small dose of bacteria can lead to hospitalization due to dehydration or infection. 3. How cross-contamination happens without you realizing it. When you touch raw eggshells and then grab a spoon or a towel, those objects become carriers of bacteria. If you later use that same spoon to stir cooked food, you've just reintroduced pathogens into your meal. This silent transfer happens faster than you think, and no amount of heat later can reverse it if the contamination reaches already cooked food. 4. The preventive steps that make all the difference. The good news? Preventing this is simple and highly effective. Wash your hands thoroughly with warm water and soap for at least 20 seconds after touching raw eggs. Use separate cutting boards, knives, and plates for raw and cooked foods. Wipe down countertops with a disinfectant after cracking eggs. Wash dishcloths and sponges frequently. They're often the dirtiest items in the kitchen. 5. The key rule for every home cook. Always treat raw eggs as potentially contaminated. You wouldn't touch raw chicken and then immediately prepare a salad, so don't do it with eggs either. Small habits create safe kitchens. By simply washing your hands and utensils, you protect yourself and your loved ones, especially older family members, from foodborne illness. Hygiene may sound basic, but it's the invisible shield that guards your health. The real art of healthy cooking lies not only in choosing fresh ingredients, but also in how you handle them. Sometimes the smallest precautions bring the greatest protection. After learning the importance of hygiene and safe food handling, there's another trap that even health-conscious people often fall into. It's not about safety this time. It's about balance. Now let's move to the next mistake, one that hides behind good intentions but quietly harms your long-term health. Mistake number 7, eating too many eggs without nutritional balance. Eggs are often called nature's perfect food. They're rich in protein, vitamins, and healthy fats, but even the best foods can turn harmful when consumed without balance. Many older adults believe that since eggs are healthy, eating more must be better. Unfortunately, that's not how the body works. 1. The illusion of healthy equals unlimited. For decades, eggs have been celebrated as a nutritional powerhouse. But eating more than 2 to 3 eggs per day, especially over long periods, can overload your system with cholesterol and disrupt your nutritional balance. While 1 or 2 eggs a day can support heart and brain health, excessive intake, without other foods, tips the scale toward imbalance. Imagine Mr. Thomas, age 70, who ate 4 eggs daily for strength. After a few months, his cholesterol levels spiked, leaving him tired and frustrated. Balance, not excess, restored his health. 2. Hidden risk for seniors and people with chronic conditions. For older adults or those with cardiovascular disease, liver issues, or high blood lipids, excessive egg consumption can burden the body's metabolism. The liver, responsible for processing fats and cholesterol, must work harder. Over time, this extra strain can affect heart health, increase inflammation, and worsen existing conditions. It's not that eggs are bad, it's that too much of even a good thing can become harmful. 3. The problem of nutritional monotony. When eggs replace other essential foods like fish, vegetables, or grains, your body misses out on fiber, vitamin C, and key minerals like magnesium and potassium. A diet dominated by one food source, no matter how nutritious, eventually leads to deficiency. Your body thrives on variety. Every food group contributes something unique. Fish provides omega-3s for heart and brain. Vegetables offer antioxidants and fiber for digestion. Whole grains support sustained energy and stable blood sugar. Without them, your nutrition is incomplete. 4. The balanced way to enjoy eggs. The key is moderation. For most older adults, 3 to 5 eggs per week is ideal. enough to gain the benefits without overloading the body. Pair your eggs with fresh vegetables, whole grains, and healthy oils such as olive or avocado oil. For example, one boiled egg with steamed greens and oatmeal makes a complete, balanced breakfast. Far better than 3 fried eggs alone. Balance ensures your body absorbs nutrients efficiently and keeps your energy steady throughout the day. 5. The core wisdom: health comes from harmony. Lasting health doesn't come from any single superfood. It's built on diversity, moderation, and mindful choices. Eggs can absolutely be part of a vibrant, healthy diet, as long as they share the plate with color, fiber, and variety. In the end, eggs remain one of nature's simplest yet most powerful gifts, tiny shells filled with life, energy, and nourishment. But as we've discovered throughout this video, their benefits depend entirely on how wisely we handle them. The way we cook, store, and combine eggs can turn them either into healing food or silent harm. So let's take a moment to remember these 7 golden principles. Don't overcook. Preserve nutrients. Don't eat raw. Protect yourself from bacteria. Store properly. Keep them fresh and safe. Check for cracks or spoilage. Avoid contamination. Use healthy oils. Reduce inflammation and boost absorption. Keep everything clean. Prevent cross-contamination. And above all, don't eat too many. Balance is the secret to lasting health. Each of these is a small, simple step, yet together they form a powerful shield for your well-being. You don't need expensive supplements or complex diets. Just mindful choices in your kitchen can protect your heart, your brain, and your energy every single day. I once met an elderly gentleman who said, "The older I get, the more I realize health is not about what I add. It's about what I protect." And that's the essence of this message. By protecting the natural goodness in your food, you're protecting the very foundation of your life. So the next time you crack an egg, pause for a second. See it as more than breakfast. It's a chance to care for yourself with awareness and wisdom. Every mindful meal you prepare is an act of love for the body that has carried you through so many years. If this video helped you see your daily meals in a new light, share one thing you've learned today in the comments below. What's the first small change you'll make? Cooking softer eggs, storing them properly, or simply eating fewer but better? And don't forget to subscribe, because in the next video, we'll continue exploring simple daily habits that protect your health naturally, so you can live longer, stronger, and with true peace of mind. Remember, real health isn't found in extremes. It's created in the small, conscious choices we make. One meal, one breath, one day at a time.